Well, good morning, folks. It's the 9th of April 2024, the day after the, you know what, I'm sick of hearing about it now. I'll never see another one at my age. Anyway, here's a little something that they're doing in the neighborhood. The sidewalks are really messed up. They were all buckled over the years from these trees that are half dead, by the way. Growing into the sidewalks and buckling them up. 2 years ago, the officials came through and there was a meeting, and I went to that. They're going to come through here and remove all these trees. Also, right underneath here is the sewers, the fresh water, and the gray water or the drain water. There's 3 separate levels of lines, and these roots are growing down into them. But they're not cast iron, and the city says that these roots will just grow around them. And so they're not going to be removing these trees now. And so instead they chop the roots, even though these trees are half dead. And they came through and took axes and chopped the roots all out after they busted the cement up and got those big buckled up pieces of cement out of here. Hand axed the roots and then put a new sidewalk, the forms through here. They're going to come pour the mud here a little later. And this, so you come down here, you'll see here there's the existing sidewalk. There's not a problem with this at all. In the past, people with baby carriages and kids on bicycles and so forth, anybody walking, they couldn't get around this. It was just buckled all up. So they'd cross over and walk on the other side of the street. Now we got full access. But summer before last, the Parkview project came through here. And, came through here. It was instrumented. And the entire section of Parkview was torn up and completely redone. New streets, drain infrastructure, water lines. You got these new all-access curbs, and some sidewalk work needs to be done up here yet. But this is the way it's going to look all the way down the street to the corner where you see the headlights up here of another vehicle that's down there working on some things. They're doing some water lines. But this is the way it's going to look. And then it will eventually, on the other side of the street, they have utility line issues. Not only is the utility pole right over here cracked really bad, clean through, very old, rotting at the base, okay, but the top of it is like really rotted out. I'll show you. Okay, here we go. Now, somebody came and did hang this little tag on it, claiming that that's a removal tag. I don't know, but there's very deep cracks running clean through the pole, rotted out down all around, way up high. The top of it is rotted right off. You can see the exposed power lines. They go along. The sheathing has come off. As you go down the lines, you can see them up there with the sheathing all messed up. And so the one on the corner down here was replaced 2 years ago. It cracked right off, and the lines all sagged down, and so they put her back a brand new pole in here. This one's the next one to go, and it's going to take out several homes along here. Down right down here, there's a lot of tree limbs all up in the power lines. Those trees are going. Those are on the slate. They're going to be trimmed all out of there. This one right here is a beautiful little tree. It's a beautiful little maple, and I was told last year, or year before last too, this was going to be removed because of the roots and of course the buckling sidewalk through here. And instead, they're saving this as well. There's one little dead limb right here I'm going to cut out of it. It's a very small limb. It's nothing to it. Probably just grab a hold of it and break it off, but do it with a saw. This is going to be repaired right here, and of course leveled out, and the tree's going to be saved. So that'll be a good little thing there. But I'll show you these other limbs over here. You see what I mean? Okay, you can see right here how the power lines are just woven right through all these tree limbs and so forth. They're going to take these out. This one little tree right here, you can see down here at the base, it's a little split tree. This has got to go. And probably these little ones that are right here, these have to go. And that one right there. This one here was struck by lightning. And it's the largest one of them. You can see the scar going down the side of it all the way down. It's even still bleeding a little bit. You can see where the roots are going right out into the sidewalk. It's kind of interesting, but you can see the roots of this going all the way around here behind it too. Kind of interesting way that is. But this whole little cluster right here will probably end up going. I can see where they maybe could save some of it, but anyways, and then down here you can see where the power lines actually run right through the tree limbs, and in some cases right along here again you can see badly frayed lines right there, if you will. My dad would say the hides wore right off of them. Yep, and it has. But you can see these lines here are just rusting on this limb. And this tree's dead up in the top. Okay? And as you come down through here a little farther, the same power lines are rusting right here in these trees. There'd be no way that kids could ever come out here and climb in these trees. You'd be killed. You'd be electrocuted. And right here's an older pole, but it's in better condition than the one down the street. And it too, as you can see, the power lines are running hither and skither across and then through the trees. You can see right here, look at these cables being supported right here by the crotch of the tree, and then run on down to the next pole. You see, there needs to be some tightening up done infrastructure wise, and it's this way throughout the whole neighborhood. And I'm going to do another video here in just a couple of days in the Winchell neighborhood over here behind these trees, and you should see the heavy, thick concentrations of lines running through the tree limbs over there. It's almost a work of art. You can't make it up. This is just a little primer for you right here, compared to what you're going to see here in just a day or two. And you won't believe it. You'll say, well, my gosh, that's a very upscale neighborhood over there, and the tax base and so forth, the money that's over in that neighborhood. But yet the infrastructure is just a cobble. And I'm not talking about Cobble San Lucas. I'm talking about a cobble, like cobblestones. We're going to take a look here in a day or two. You'll see what I mean. Until then, boy, I hope they come and they start with this one of these days soon. They're supposed to have done it last year. Now they're supposed to be getting around to it, and we see where some infrastructure is. more stanchions right here when they block off this area and this little tree right here and take that cement up. But around here in this part of the state, we get some bad storms and power outages and tree limbs down, and we've had some ice storms and so forth. People out of power for several days, some cases a couple of weeks or more, in very cold weather and so forth. You think that they get wise to this, come along and trim the stuff, get it out of here, bury the lines. I'm a hellraiser about burying lines, but I've been told that it's in this county, it would cost somewhere around $3 million a mile to bury all these lines. Okay, $3 million a mile. The whole Parkview project didn't cost $3 million, or better, or about $3 million for that whole project out there. Okay, you can't tell me that this 1 mile of street right here would cost $3 million to bury all the cables. I'm not buying it. Somebody's uncle downtown must own the company that produces all the infrastructure for down power lines and poles and things like that. Because anybody with a right mind would know a company could come in and throw a bid probably $200,000 a mile and get these things done. And you wouldn't ever have to worry about me bitching again. And hundreds of thousands of other people all over the state. Bury the dang lines. With that being said, I'll show you what really looks like over here in the Winchell neighborhood in an upcoming video. My glass is still half full. A little more than that, I'd like to think. It's a good day. Have a great day yourself and a safe day. Talk to you a little later. Thanks for watching.